Hello, it is me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot. And we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see change, we do need to shift and change the energy within. And hopefully, my readings help you to do just that. Today is the Friday love reading, so we're going to look at what the masculine energy and the feminine energy are both thinking, feeling, saying, and doing towards one another, the way to create harmony within them, and the happiness potential between the two of them in the current energy. When I do these readings, remember this is the energy of the masculine and feminine inside of self. And it can be used to understand another person's energy outside of you. But the more that you reflect upon your own energy and how it's true for you, the better. Hey, Abby, good to see you. Also, Abby, the irony of my registration for my car finally getting to my house on Monday and on Tuesday, them repossessing the car. So I was legal to drive it for a day and then they repossessed it. So unfortunately, I no longer have a car, but I also no longer have to worry about when they're going to take it or not. It's gone now, and that's off of my mind. And now I can try to, I guess, recover, but who knows if I ever will. All right, everybody, let's get started. So we're going to take a look now at the divine masculine overall energy for this week. Not excited really at all to see it. It's the Temperance card. So it's this card of just being patient and being calm and being peaceful, and not actually doing anything. So that's where the masculine energy is. Just the healing energy, just being patient, just being calm. And I do think like seeing the feminine energy as patient, which might be an illusion because I don't feel patient. I feel like I want to destroy the universe right now. Divine feminine energy, where you are this week, 5 of Wands, internal conflict and struggle. I would guess the struggle that's coming this week has something to do with the fact that the divine masculine just thinks that you are patiently going to wait forever. And I would ask the masculine energy, like, is the feminine energy waiting because they're waiting for you or because they don't have any other options? Because I have a feeling that if the feminine energy really allowed any competition here, the masculine energy wouldn't stand a chance in hell. The divine feminine is conflicted about having other options, which is what's caused her to wait. But this is not patient. So if divine masculine is sitting there thinking this divine feminine is just relaxing and reading and reflecting and is unbothered by the masculine's refusal to come forward and do anything or take any action or improve the situation in any way, shape, or form, he's gravely mistaken. The feminine energy is actually really conflicted, really wanting to invite in other energy to just basically try to get out of this stuck energy with the masculine. So it's not looking great. Underlying the energy of this week. Oh, actually, I switched that. This is the Hierophant. It's actually not the Temperance card. The Temperance card is in the back of the mind, and I was calling this Hierophant energy the Temperance card. So everything I said about the Temperance card still applies, and the reason that I think the masculine feels that it applies to the feminine is because he has this faith in this connection with the feminine. So he feels that he can take as much time as he needs here with this Temperance energy, and she's just going to be chill, because he's fully committed to her in his mind. Of course, he hasn't said or done anything to secure this commitment. It's just something he's thinking and feeling, and he's not really doing anything about it. So that's why we have here the divine feminine, which is this feeling of not being patient at all, actually. And we have what's underlying the energy is that divine feminine is still in this position of just literally watching and waiting and it's really pissing her off a lot. So that's the energy of this week. Let's look at the details of it. I don't like that energy, but that's what it is. And remember, if we don't like the energy, we can hopefully learn how to shift it during the reading. My ego is just like, yeah, go fuck yourself. That's how my ego feels right now. But thankfully, my ego's not doing the reading and is going to leave now. How does the divine masculine think about the feminine energy? Well, this masculine energy thinks this feminine energy is my fulfillment, my spiritual fulfillment. Feels really super awesome about divine feminine. Feels like they could have a family, that they could really be super, super happy together. And it's so fun and cool how like thinking something doesn't mean anything. So I love that. The divine masculine can think that until he's blue in the face. But just fantasizing about something is not doing it. So he's like, oh, it's a dream. Okay, cool dream. Divine feminine, what are you thinking about the masculine? Divine feminine is really feeling manipulated again by the masculine energy, who has continued to do the same shit different day. So she's just feeling like she was manipulated by like the way that the masculine basically implies that this is what he's thinking, the 10 of cups. So the feminine is like, I feel that you use the fantasy of this connection as a way to keep me stuck, ever patient or whatever. And it doesn't feel good. It feels like I'm being manipulated. I'm also trying to manifest. Like she's thinking she's trying to like manifest or change or create a different outcome. But this person that she is focused on will not co-create with her. So there's really, you can't, that's why there's a stuck energy. If you aren't creating together, then there is nothing happening. So there's just, this is stuck energy. But divine feminine is just feeling super manipulated, or thinking that this masculine energy is manipulating her, because it clearly looks to her that that's what's going on. Divine masculine, what is he feeling for the feminine energy? Oh, the Ace of Cups. I love her. I want to make an offer of love and tell her how great she is and express all the love that I feel. I've worked on filling my cup up and feel like it's full, and I have enough to like share and pour out with the feminine energy now. How's the divine feminine feeling about the masculine? We have the Knight of Wands. So divine feminine is feeling like the masculine energy is just off doing his own thing here, is a wild horse here. Can't be controlled, has no interest in it, doesn't really feel excited or like wanting to pursue something with the masculine energy that's basically in this energy. It's like, you know, this is where you've been for pretty much the entire time we've been in the connection. And I'm feeling she just kind of wants to go sow her oats elsewhere. She definitely is just really tired of this block and this conflict, and just kind of wants to like run off and do her own thing, because this masculine energy in her perception right now is just manipulating her and just watching her from behind the scenes, and doesn't have any real intention of doing anything as far as she can tell. She's feeling just really like, yeah, she's not really that interested in him because he's off doing something else. Divine masculine, what are you actually saying to the feminine right now? We have this Four of Cups. So what he's saying to her is not a whole lot, because the Four of Cups is like a fantasy. It's being on pause. It's just dreaming about something. It's not actually doing it. He's, I guess if he's saying anything, by not doing anything, by not actually taking action, by not moving in any way, shape, or form, he's saying that he's afraid of rejection, or he's actually saying he's rejecting her because he's not accepted the offers she's made, and he's not giving her any offer. So for him to be like all in his feels here with the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, and then the Four of Cups, which is like, I'm wanting to make you an offer, but I'm not doing it because I feel like you're going to reject me, or I haven't accepted the offer that you've made to me. I'm really more concerned here with the fantasy of this experience. Like, I want to talk to you about the fantasy of it, but I don't really want to have a real thing happening. It's too, honestly, I feel like it's too emotional. Like, right now, there's no like level-headed energy coming in here. It's just all feelings. Divine Feminine, what are you saying to the masculine? I'm over it. I can't carry this anymore. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm going away. Have a nice life. If I'm going to carry all of the burdens of my life and everything by myself anyway, then I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to go like fuck other people, go have fun times, go to parties, go just have like the best time of your life. Like, while I'm slogging away and not even able to like care for myself. Like, that just doesn't even seem cool. So I'm done. I don't have any interest in sharing anything more with you. I don't feel like talking to you. I don't feel like sharing anything more with you. I'm done. I'm done. Done, 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 done. Divine Masculine, what are you actually doing? You're saying that this is a fantasy and you'd like to offer some kind of an offer of love, but you fear that rejection, and so you've just put this pause on the situation. So what are you actually doing? We have the 9 of Wands. Yep, you're just isolating, just kind of licking your wounds and fearing rejection. This may be a sign that this period of isolation is coming to an end because it's the 9 of Wands. But it looks too late because the feminine has already laid down the 10 of Wands and is like, I'm out. So it may be just too little too late. But staying in isolation, not offering the cup, I mean, that's not going to result in anything, which is why we've got this impasse energy this week. Divine Feminine, what are you doing in terms of the masculine energy? The King of Cups. Really just focusing on her own self-worth, her own value. I do feel this, it's like a frustrating feeling of feeling loyalty to the masculine energy because that's just like who the feminine energy is in her heart. So there is still this energy of being loyal to that person that she's been focused on. But I think really working more on her money and her finances and trying to have some financial security. Also, she could be working on seeing a different person as a divine masculine energy, trying, because this is a card that represents a specific person. So this may be like if you've had one person on your mind, or the feminine energies had one person on their mind, trying to picture other masculine energy in this role, because the person that she has wanted to be in a connection with is just not available for whatever reason, whether that's not emotionally available or not physically available. So it's maybe like really trying to see other options as this King of Pentacles. But there is this element of feeling like loyal to maybe a specific person that she already had in her mind or something like that. What will create more harmony between what Divine Masculine is thinking, saying, and doing? We got here the 8 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles, So there's the King of Pentacles. What will create more harmony is if this Divine Masculine communicates. I can't believe I need to even say that after all this time, but apparently I do. What will create more harmony is if this masculine energy communicates with the feminine from a place of worthiness, from a place of feeling worthy, feeling valued, which of course he has to give himself. He has to feel that himself in order to actually do that. But yeah, if he can communicate with this divine feminine from a place of worthiness, it will create harmony in thinking that they will have such a beautiful life together, feeling that he wants to offer this love and exchange these cups of love, saying that he wants to make this offer, but actually just doing nothing and staying isolated and licking his wounds, his rejection wounds and his abandonment wounds, and just feeling bad for himself. Divine feminine, what will create more harmony between what you're thinking, feeling, saying, and doing? We have the Two of Cups here. This is being in physical connection. So this is actually meeting up with somebody and being with someone in the physical. And maybe you're laughing because you're like, obviously that would create more harmony. But if you have selected somebody that it is impossible to be in a physical connection with, then you have to understand that for as long as you remain focused on a person, that there is no possibility of actual physical connection, you will not be able to work on secured attachment style, because you don't work on secured attachment by yourself. That's the mistake that the masculine energy of the mind is making. I can have a beautiful life filled with love if I stay here in myself and just like work on myself and heal myself. No, you can't. You won't have a beautiful life filled with love if you don't go out and start to love and be loved. So, divine feminine, you really do need to connect with somebody that you can actually connect with. And I think that's a little bit of the resistance here to having the competition, is because you have this loyalty to this person who's unavailable. But if you have a loyalty to somebody who's unavailable, then what that's showing me is that you are not available. And if you're saying that you want to have a loving connection, this is the love reading after all, but you continue to focus on someone unavailable, you're continuing to not be able to experience love and connection. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to go on dates. You have to go on dating apps, even if you hate it. You have to, because if you do not date people, you cannot practice secured attachment. If you can't practice secured attachment, you can't have one. So that's where the feminine energy is right now. What is the happiness potential between these two energies right now? We have for the masculine energy the Chariot, and we have for the feminine energy here the Page of Pentacles. The Chariot is surrendering control to the divine, no longer trying to be controlling over every aspect of getting together, meeting somebody, and being in a relationship. It's just like, you can't control that. You just have to try it. And the feminine energy of the Page of Pentacles is you just need to start somewhere. You need to start small. And I feel disappointment coming up, because I feel people that are like, well, if my person was here, I wouldn't have to start small, because we would be able to just get to this commitment here because we already know everything about each other and blah, 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 blah. And that's an illusion, because the person that's not here is suffering from avoidant attachment style, probably, and maybe anxious avoidant attachment style, whatever. And so it is highly unlikely that even if they did come in, that you would go from 0 to marriage. Like, you would literally be spending months and months and months and months and months, maybe years of your time being with a person who needs to develop secure attachment with you, and has to start basically at the beginning, the Page of Pentacles, to start from scratch. This isn't somebody that's been doing the same work that you've been doing and is ready to go. If they were, they would be here. They would be talking to you. You would be communicating. They would have done the work that you're done. They'd be ready to go. But they're not. They're avoiding you. So in order for there to be happiness potential here, there has to be like a relinquishing of the control, a surrendering to the divine, and going where the divine basically tells you to go, which is most likely not towards this person that you've been diligently holding on to, unless that person is showing up and communicating from a place of worthiness. That person isn't for you. So you have to allow there to be a chance for somebody who can communicate with you in a place of worthiness to step forward. So this week, if you remain faithful to the person that is not communicating with you, you will be in this energy of being stuck. There is no movement in that connection. I'm sorry to tell you. They think you're going to be patient forever while they heal their wounds and deal with their things. They have no consideration for you. They haven't communicated this to you. They just think it, and like hope it. and they have no intention of doing anything this week to change that. So if you don't want to be in a stuck energy, you have to change. You have to seek another connection with someone else if that's what you desire. Or you can just cool your heels this week and work on your own energy in isolation and do your healing and work on abandonment and rejection wounds that are still present for you. But if you feel that you've kind of reached your limit with that and you've done all it is that you really feel you need to do, then the last thing that you need to work on is basically your ego letting go of somebody that is reflective of your old self concept and not in alignment with who you are now. The message from the masculine energy is equally annoying. It is dealing with the little things. So this person right now is just interested in tending to the details and is just really being annoying. So what the masculine energy would say is, I pay attention to the smallest details. I am noticing the nuances in the fine print at this time. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, it's easy to forget the importance of clear communication. Or, I'm sorry, in my eagerness to meet my goals and pursue my dreams, it is easy to forget the importance of clear communication and tending to the little things, including people's subtle signs that they are unhappy, as well as the small voice inside of you that says, this doesn't feel right. I need to take my time to sniff out what I need to know. There is some detail or nuance about how I'm engaging others or operating in this world that is the key to my success, but I've too readily dismissed it as nothing big or nothing special. I need to remind myself that what seems small may be important and more important and powerful than I think, so I need to look again. I should not underestimate myself or my potential for co-creating something amazing when I pay attention to the details. So this divine masculine energy, by envisioning this feminine energy just relaxing and just wait, not needing to hear from him, needing no communication or whatever, this is the detail that the divine masculine needs to attend to. Until that communication happens, this feminine energy will experience, there will be no movement at all. So the communication has to take place, or else this will just never change. Divine Feminine, you are being reminded right now that you are not alone. This is the message that is for the feminine energy right now. Like true friends, otters nurture each other and express their affection through touch. Actions such as holding hands and giving hugs offer reassurance that we are never really alone and that we are always cherished. I have to remind myself to experience and express friendship in a tangible and even tactile way. I must communicate with my voice, my facial expressions, my gestures, and my actions, letting my love express itself beyond just the words I speak. My message is that presence matters, so I must remember to be fully present with those I care about, helping them sense the love and affection and appreciation I have for them. Now is the time for a joyful celebration of the love in my life that expresses as friendship and companionship. I must hug someone, touch their arm, or simply look into their eyes with their full attention, saying, I care, you matter. I must make time for friendship. I promise that the moment I reach out, I will remember that I have many who love and care about me. I am never alone, and I am always loved. Divine Feminine didn't even speak to the masculine energy this week. She's got nothing to say to him. That message was for herself. It was reminding herself that she needs to connect with somebody in the physical, and that if the person that she's focused on has no intention of doing that, she cannot be with that person. As difficult as that is, it's so hard, but it is very true. The advice, we are getting the awakening card, which says energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. I really hate finding these cards. I just keep forgetting to put this deck away. Energetic upgrades. You are going through a period of awakening. Things are changing within you at many levels. You're starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you are experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through all of life, or even feeling Kundalini, Shakti rise through your body from the base of your spine. The most important thing for this time is not to overthink it and to stay grounded. Share your experiences with like soul people while you consciously integrate them. Journal and pay attention to your dreams. You're remembering, and your soul gifts are emerging. During this time of transition and awakening, you may be called to devote yourself to being of service. There are ideas, truths, concepts, books, and creations waiting to be birthed into this world. Stay open to receiving them. Pulling this card may be a sign that you are here to birth one of these creations into the world, or perhaps you are being called to make a shift in your life in order to be of service. Don't think too much about it. Instead, repeat the following work your light activation. So hold your hand to your heart and say, I surrender to my awakening. I allow the Shakti energy to rise from the base of my spine. I open myself up to the universe, using me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. And your self-care activity is to hydrate. Number 27. I am made of water and in touch with the tides of life. Your journal prompt is, are you happy with your water source? If not, how can you upgrade your water supply? So make sure you're getting hydration this week. And probably because you're going through some kind of awakening, and that usually brings about like ascension symptoms, and you definitely will probably want to hydrate. So I'm just going to go. But I hope you have a great day today. If you need a reading, click the link in my profile, Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App for donations. You can also book a yes or no reading, $55 reading if you have more than one question. And if you book an intuitive guidance call, you'll receive 2 calls for the price of 1. I'll send you a link to book a second session within 30 days of the first session for free. So take advantage of that. And if you don't, it doesn't matter because my car's gone. So great. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for all the fish.